I've got an awesome business, and I do hope this will be one that, can run to that 9-figure or bigger rate. And there's always a lot to learn from, right? I talked to a guy yesterday who started in the Amazon space. I mean, it's all public. They're seeking 50 million EBITDA, so 50 million profit a year, and they're seeking $1 billion exit. And that just shows like what's possible from this internet shit. I mean, he started at the same time as me, and another friend, Physician's Choice, similar deal, right?
Like just an entrepreneur that's just getting started, what are some things that they can focus on the most that are going to make the biggest difference, as opposed to, just a bunch of stuff that feels like work, but it's not actually moving the needle?
Okay, that last statement was great. Feels like work, but not moving the needle. I think everyone, regardless of where they're at, should be thinking, how can they build like actual equity? How can they build a business that operates to a point that it doesn't require them? Because I think a lot of people get trapped in this, one of the cool, or not cool, but one of the kind of the funny things on the internet is everyone likes to talk about how much they make each month. Like, oh, I'm up to 100,000 a month, or I make 50,000 a month. And this internet shit has given people the opportunity to create businesses where they never have to work ever again. Like, I don't have to work ever again, because I built equity value and sold it. And so to do that, you got to be thinking through, how are you working yourself out of a job? Like, what people are you putting in place? What systems are you getting operational? Because once you answer those questions and you have a business that runs more or less without you, but still spitting off cash each month, well, A, you can, life max or live your life, but B, more importantly, your business becomes attractive to a institutional buyer or some, it becomes a sellable business. And so I think in everything that all of us internet people do, we need to be thinking like that, more like the hedge fund managers and the private equity guys, because that's where permanent wealth can be generated. The internet's really afforded us that opportunity, and I just feel like way too many sleep on it in exchange for what they're making each month, without ever playing that long game. Because I know so many people who have had windows where they had some offer or some shit like that, and it worked really well, and they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, and then zoom out a couple years and the wells run dry, right? And they weren't smart with that money, and they lived some crazy lifestyle. And so I guess that'd be my take, is really focus from day one on how you can create enterprise value and have something that you could sell. And that doesn't just mean a brand. It could be, agency, it could be really anything, right? But just kind of think about it through that lens.
That's so powerful. I love talking to you, because this is it's just not the answer that you regularly get, at least for me. I talk to a lot of people are in drop shipping primarily as well. And they'll be like, oh, well, just run Facebook ads, find a winning product. I don't know. I just like to hear this kind of next level advice, almost more about, it's start focusing on allocating your capital to the right people, delegating properly. These things are super powerful. So now, after you sold your business, you basically hit the ground running again, super fast, gas pedal style. And now you're back to doing crazy fucking numbers. So let me ask you this. How are you able to replicate that? Is it through the same blueprint basically that you had when you began the other brand, or what has changed?
It's an evolving blueprint. It's always an evolving blueprint. I have so much baseline skill from Amazon, but the playbook that worked on Amazon in year 2 isn't the same playbook that worked on Amazon in year 1, right? And so now we're 8 years down the road, and it's okay, now how are we mixing in short form content? How are we mixing in this? Now Amazon likes that. And so I think one thing that the greatest returns in life are from compounding. And so that's another, I guess, piece of advice for young people. I see too many people bounce around from thing to thing. I am in this area because the math says year after year I should be able to generate more and more with compounding knowledge and applying new strategies. And so as I think about where the playbook's at today compared to 8 years ago, it's never felt like a dramatic shift year over year, because I got my finger on the pulse and I'm operating in this space, and I'm trying to find what's new and work with guys like you, work with guys like Jimmy, just who is stacking onto that playbook. And that really is the way to be able to, not do it once, but do it again and time again and continually applying that knowledge and getting better. And so I think that's where the success today has come from. But look, at the same time too, I think I've got an awesome business, and I do hope this will be one that, can run to that 9-figure or bigger rate. But there's a lot of guys crushing it, and there's always a lot to learn from, right? So I don't think my business right now is currently very big. I mean, I don't know.
That's
It's like
funny.
there's just
There's just
yeah.
levels, man. It's crazy.
I talked to a guy yesterday who started on the Amazon space. I mean, it's all public, but they're seeking 50 million EBITDA, so 50 million profit a year. E-commerce native Amazon brand, Mary Ruth, and they're seeking $1 billion exit, and that just shows like what's possible from this internet shit. I mean, he
Right.
started at the same time as me and another friend, Physician's Choice, similar deal, right? And so
Wow.
it shows the staying power. I think all of us get lost in the moment in the sense of we're here today and we got to get it, but the internet's only getting bigger. E-commerce
Right.
is only getting bigger. Like none of this shit's changing. So if you're able to create a healthy, sustainable, long-term business, game over. Sky's the limit. That shit'll compound. You'll get wealthier and wealthier.
Right.